Hello friends and welcome. Today I am going to share with you a very interesting story to illustrate the concept of Nad. Many of us misunderstand Nad as sound, whereas in fact it is the unsound. It is the principle that creates, it is the principle that sustains as creation, and it is a principle again that merges back into the uncreation. So in the Indian Tantric folklore, there is a very interesting story about how the universe originates. The concept is such that all that is and all that is not was at one particular period in time focused into a single point. The single point in Sanskrit is called as the Ananta Bindu. Rings a bell? Well, yes. If you literally translate it, then you get the quantum mechanics counterpart. Because Anant is infinite, Ghana is density, and Bindu is point. So, Ananta Bindu essentially translates itself into the point of infinite density. And then, since it was all alone, it was only one, or not even one yet, the will emerges, the will to be. And not only the will to be, but also what is in Sanskrit called as ekasminena bahusyama, that is, to be many from being one. And so, this particular thought, which is a vibration in itself, this throb happens and the balance disturbs. What is one starts transforming, starts transmuting itself into multiple, into many. And the beauty begins to unfold. Now, the belief is that in all the creation that we see, and every coming moment, every coming day, week, month, year, century, creation is in a state of expansion because the Ananta Bindu is expanding. It is getting more and more expanded. So this is happening. Now, when this is happening, the belief is that the first wish, the first will, the primordial Nad, for which there was no cause, there was no friction, also known as the Anahat Nad, the strikeless sound, or let's say the causeless unsound. So this sound, in an attempt to be many, in an attempt to survive, is transforming itself into the various forms that we see around us. The tiniest of the virus is a manifestation of the Anahat Nad. The biggest of the giant sequoias, the grandest of them, is yet another manifestation of the primordial sound, the primordial Nad. So it is the Nad which is taking these multifarious shapes and creating itself and recreating itself again and again. This is how creation happens from the Anahat Nad. That is why they say that the Anahat Nad survives in each one of us. We are simply a manifestation of the Anahat Nad. We are an expression, an attempt of the Anahat Nad to multiply and to survive. This aspect of this Nad, when it becomes multiple, gives birth to another Nad, the Ahat Nad. The Ahat Nad is the sound that is created by the striking of two objects. Two or more objects when strike, when a friction is created, transform into a different object, into a sound. That particular sound is the Ahat Nad. So when I am talking to you, when I am playing an instrument, whether it is a flute or a bowl, whatever be the instrument, is simply a manifestation of the Ahat Nad. You can create the Ahat Nad, you cannot create the Anahat Nad. The Anahat Nad, you can only listen. And that is why the Hatha Yoga Pradipika says that the greatest of all meditation techniques in the world is the Nada Anusandhan. Because in Nada Anusandhan, you strip yourself of all that is and of all that is not. And just to make yourself able to listen to the Anahat Nad. That Nad which exists within you and which creates you. My friends, this brings us to the definition of Nadayoga. Nadayoga simply is the journey from the Ahat Nada to the Anahat Nada. When you practice the Nada Nusandhan, you realize the beauty of being. Every moment, you just come to your knees and you feel like saying thank you. That is the beauty that unfolds when, instead of creating a sound, you try and listen to the unsound. You try and listen to the primordial cause of everything that is and everything that is not. So this interesting story from the Tantras brings us to this wonderful journey from the Ahat to the Anahat, from the sound that has a cause to the unsound that doesn't have a cause. That is the beauty of the Tantra.